Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be centered around the topic of birth pains, right? Because 2026, the year of apostasies and false prophets, has started off with a lot of drama, right? A lot of different things happening pretty much every week that got, the world pretty much on edge. All right. And people are uneasy. All right. It's a lot of tension. And something else is coming. You don't know where it's going to come from, but you can feel it. Right. Almost like the next contraction when a woman's pregnant. Okay. Before she gives birth, she has to be dilated like 10 centimeters or something like that for the baby's head to pass through the womb, right? So that's kind of likened unto what we are in now, these different events. Okay, and the one that's on the screen is this Alex Preddy situation, right, over there in Minnesota. Okay, which as of recently kind of, I guess, is in its dying out phases, right? Because DT got rid of the guy who he had in charge over there, and he's ordering the withdrawal of federal troops because it was starting to get really, really, really hot. All right. It got hot. And, for a second, it was looking like something very well could pop off out in Minnesota that could cause that insurrection act to be implemented. Okay. But it's since kind of quailed, at least for the time being. All right. And that's just one of many examples. I mean, before this incident in Minnesota, you got the woman getting popped 3 times in the head. And then you had the whole thing with the Venezuelans, right? Or Maduro getting kidnapped. Now they're talking about Iran. So it's almost like everywhere you look, it seems to be a conflict. All right. But the Lord, he called that the beginning of sorrows, right? And he likened it unto a woman getting ready to give birth. This is 2 Ezra 16:37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. So that means, we seeing these things going forth in the earth, right? We understand, we know that redemption is not. Okay, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his glorious return. All right, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. See? And those contractions that continue to get closer and closer and closer, indicating that the baby is about to breach, right? Even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. And that's what we're saying. All right. Financially, you got the dollar being weakened every day. okay, weaker and weaker as gold and silver prices continue to soar and hit record highs. Okay, then you got the crypto market kind of on its way down, right? You got the debt ceiling continue to be expanded, right? So it's a lot of different things that are just happening all at one time, it seems. But that's how the Lord said it would. Okay, and we were put here to sit upon our watch, okay, and tell, what time it is. All right. Matter of fact, this second Ezra's 9. And from the top, second Ezra's 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest that part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right. And what are those signs? Okay. You got these mysterious weather phenomenons. Okay. You see, you seen over there in Texas, it was, cold as hell. Cars sliding and slicking all down the roads, causing mayhem and crashing. And you got weather phenomenons in Russia, 13 feet of snow. All right, you just got it all over the place, man. Okay, no matter where you look, it seems like it's just something going on. All right. This is Mark 13:6. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. We see that. Okay, guys that formerly knew or formerly were a part of, knowing, or if you want to call it the Hebrew Israelite movement, right? Reverting back to Christianity, taking their followers with them. Whole time they was just set up to be a snare and a stumbling block and mislead the sheep, right? The undesired, that is. Okay. You see now all of a sudden everybody is crazy, man. I seen a crazy video, like 7 Jakes in a room with a bag of weed up there talking about the scriptures, man. Bugged out. All of a sudden everybody is spiritual now and scriptural, but just not long ago, didn't nobody care, right? But now everybody knows something. But that's an indicator that we're getting closer to our Lord returning, okay? And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. Right? And we hear about these wars and rumors of wars. Civil war is one of the biggest rumors right now. And then you got over there in Iran. Okay? And other places. You're hearing about possible intervention between different countries. Right? Cuba, Greenland. Right? Greenland, I think that just now kind of simmered down. But you got all these flashpoints happening, and it's like, oh shit, is this about to happen? But then it's like it cools off, but it's only going to cool off for a little while. And every time it's going to get shorter and shorter and shorter up until that time to where it's just a cascade of events. All right, that's going to cause this whole house of cards to come crumbling down. Okay, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. See? And we seeing this. All right? We seeing this. Every time you look up on the global headlines, it's more and more shit. You're just like, damn. It's hard to keep up. Really. 1 week is like a year's worth of information or news happening. Okay? And we still early off in the year, right? And then you got the rumor of famine. Okay, if these prices continue to go up, which they are likely to, which they will, right? People are going to be priced into a famine. They're not going to be able to afford to eat. Okay, these supply chains, if things keep happening domestically like they have been, that's been going on in Minnesota, supply chains are going to collapse. All right, if martial law is declared, okay, you can say goodbye to, all the little grocery store runs and liberties that you got. Okay, because those are going to go out the window. All right. And we're at the beginning stages of this, right? So it's a beautiful thing to see, to be able to witness these things, right? This is 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So what's happening is people are getting used to these flashpoints happening. And eventually, complacency is going to set in. Complacency and familiarity, okay? It's going to set in. And people are going to get used to the idea of being on the brink or on the edge. And they're not going to take it serious. Or, well, they were doing that last time, and then, things are not going to go back and revert to what it was, right? As it looks like it's about to do, right? Things are going to kind of cool down for a period of time, and then out of nowhere, it'll be something else to rouse people up, to get people's attention, okay? But what that does is it's actually making people fear the inevitable even less, okay? Because they're going to believe, it's just going to go back to normal like it always does, right? Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. See? So it's going to come quick, and it's going to come swiftly, because when a woman goes into labor, when that baby is coming, it's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Okay? There's nothing you can do to stop it. And those contractions come closer and closer and closer, all the way up until, the birth. Right? But that birth is symbolic too. Okay? Because it's representing the second coming of our Lord Yahushua, who's coming to deliver us. Right? This is Romans 8:22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Right? The whole earth is travailing, man. The animals, the plants, the trees, the waters, they're all suffering. The people, we're all suffering under the hand of this devil. Okay? So we can't wait till this place is done away with. Right? And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. Because we know that when Yahushua comes, right, he's going to give us those new bodies, and we're going to be made perfect as he. We're not going to have to suffer these things. The earth is not going to have to suffer anymore. The people ain't going to have to suffer no more. The animals ain't going to have to suffer no more, man. Everything's going to be all good, okay? And the wicked is going to flee, okay? Babylon is just going to be a distant memory. So with that, I give all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Bashim Al Shah, Bashim Brakakwadash, Wa Abba Babal, and DTA DTN.